It looks like my camera is all messed up. Let me get in there. I don't know. That's what we're gonna work with today. Some fuzzy cam. But it looks nice, nostalgic, which is perfect for what I want to do today. Alright, so I told you that I lost my camera. And you're probably thinking, did you get it back? Well, let me tell you a story. It happened 6 years ago. It was 6 years ago. Around this time, October, or the fall season. But this event took place on October 31st because I was going to a Halloween party that day. Earlier that day, I went to a work meeting and they required that we bring our passports to this meeting on a Friday. I remember this because it was payday. So it was payday on a Friday, but we have a work meeting. So I had my passport and I had a wallet full of money. So prior to that day, my girlfriend at the time was planning to go to Australia. And she asked me, do you want to go to Australia? And I said something along the lines of, why? Why do I want to go to Australia? I'm in Japan. That's classic Mr. Bailey for you. That's what my dad would say. When I was little, I'd be like, can I sleep over Johnny's house? Say, why you want to sleep over Johnny's house? You got your own house. Oh, geez, and you go and listen. I said, oh, yeah. So anyway, so my girlfriend at the time was going to Australia to visit one of her friends. She invited me to go with. I'm like, why do I want to leave the country? Plus, I ain't got no money, is what I said. And then she said, my mom will pay for you. So I'm like, I want your mom paying for me. So now, present day, past day, this is now October 31st, Friday, like 5 years ago. So after that work meeting, which in general, most of these work meetings at most of these companies are like a waste of time. But today I gotta go to a meeting, that's why I'm suited up. Got my suit and tie. But yeah. So anyway, after that work meeting, that was a waste of my time. I went to Akihabara. Now I apologize if you heard this story, but you're gonna hear it again because that man's running. All right, so then wait. Okay, so then I went to Akihabara and I bought a beat machine, an Electro Tribe EMX1 sampler with tube technology, which I don't know even. Long story short, with the beat machine I bought, I never used it. Well, I used it, but I never recorded anything. It was kind of like an analog beat machine with some MIDI hooked up to it. And I spent most of my time trying to get it to work with my other beat machines because I had like 3 new ones at the same time. So I was just trying to figure it out. If you were watching me for that long, you probably seen it in those early videos back in the day. So anyway, we're getting a little ahead of ourselves. So I got this new beat machine, which was great. So I get on the train at Akihabara. I put the beat machine on my lap, and I put my book bag on top of the train railing thingy. And I kind of pretend I'm making beats with my beat machine. And then the train stops at my station. I take my beat machine and I dash. I run home. When I get down to before I leave the ticket gate, I'm like, I'm kind of feeling a little light. Because usually I have my book bag like all the time. So I'm like, oh man, I forgot on the train. And I ran back up to the train as if the train was just waiting for me. And I get there and there's like no train. So my passport, my rhyme book, and some other shit that will never be seen again, I thought at that moment, is in this book bag. So then I tell the train people and they tell me to contact the police. I go to the police, the assholes. This is like 6 years ago. So they were just all like, why are you here? But prior to that, I decided to wait for the train to come back around the Yamanote line. And as I sat there, waited for like 2 hours, I'd never seen my bag on the train. And I made my report with the police. They were being very uncooperative. And long story short, I lost my passport. The end. Pretty sad, huh? The only silver lining in that story was I was able to get a new passport in like 2 weeks. And yeah. I guess that's the silver lining. I guess the brown lining, the shitty end. So the girlfriend at the time did go to Australia, and I remember making beats on that beat machine about how much I miss her. It was pathetic. It's like, damn, I should have just went. I can get a beat machine anytime. Well, I guess I can always go to Australia anytime. But I haven't been to Australia since, ever. And but then I heard from my Australian friends they got like killer spiders and killer frogs and a whole bunch of killer things. So maybe it worked out. But yeah. So you say, you're like, what's that got to do with your story, present day? Well, let me give you some tips for if you ever lose something in Japan. And this includes your virginity. You lose your virginity, you can get it back. Just follow these tips. Tip number 1. Be calm. Think very breathe. And then try to remember as much details as you can. Because when you go to report this, they're going to be asking you questions like, what color is your book bag? What's it made out of? What's the material? What brand is it? And if you're all hyperventilating, and especially if you don't speak the language, it's going to make their job and your situation much more problematic. Second, do it as quick as possible. Because the longer you delay, the more chances that your shit's not going to be there. Now, luckily in Japan, it's a very rule-orientated, which a lot of us foreigners hate. And I think Japanese people hate it too. But particularly, us foreigners hate all the rules we got to do. But when it comes to lost and found shit, they got rules and protocol that, I don't know. So yeah, just be calm, right? Just know there's rules in place for this shit. They got plans. All right, next. After you do your little report, follow up. So don't expect them to call you. They might, but you do it. You call them. Say, hey, what's up? Now be politeful, because even though it might be the end of the world for you, it ain't the end of the world for them. All right, next step. Wait. Just follow up and wait. And maybe you'll get lucky. Maybe 80% of the time. Now, it depends. If you're in Roppongi, 40% of the time. If you're in like Kyoto, I haven't ever lost anything in Kyoto, but places where there's a lot of foreigners, highly likely that one of them are going to do what foreigners do most of the time. So I gotta be careful, man. I'll be up on the steps and people think I'll be doing what people actually do on the steps. They try to take pictures of girls' underwear in Japan. Isn't that ironic or iconic? Maybe it's iconic and ironic. Anyway, so regarding my situation, I did the steps that I just told you. Actually, you're probably thinking, well, you sound too happy to have a bad result. But I got contingency plan. You know, like worst case scenario, I just get the newest version of the thing and make that happen. Because, you know, where there's a will, there's a way. And I will weigh my will into a new camera. But yeah, I called him at 12 o'clock, and it helps if you have a Japanese person there because it just saves you the huh, what? So I was talking, and my colleague, she said, "Can I help you?" And I gave her the phone, and she was just like, and then they're like, "Yeah, the book bag's here." And then I went to the station. I'm like, I lost something, and they sent me to station number 1. You see this guy over here? Right? Wait, right. Oh, that guy. One morning I was out here dancing because I dance in the morning when I listen to music, and he's on the other side like, "Hey man," but he always says hi to me, so maybe he'll say hi to y'all. But he's right now playing with his business, so let's give him some time to get that situated. All right, here we go. We're almost there. We're almost. Wait. No, wait. Oh, he's not gonna do it. Oh man. Well, there you go. But trust me, he's a very nice guy. Busy guy. Anyway, so I went to the station and they told me to go to the other station, and I went to that station. They told me to go to the other station, and I went to that station. They kept, like, Yokohama's a really big station, so every train line has their own lost and found, and they were directing me to all these different ones, which probably would have been quicker if I told them which train line I lost it on, and I probably could assume it would be in that one, but I didn't know. They just said go to the, and then I'm talking to the guy, and the guy's all like, "Nihongo? Choto." He's like, we had this communication breakdown. He wouldn't speak Japanese, and I was just, so then he runs and he gets this other guy who comes out like, "What color is it?" And I'm like, "It's black." I say in Japanese. And he's like, "Oh, Nihongo Jozo." I was like, "Nah, I speak a little bit." So then he's like, they have this book. It has like all the phrases Japanese, and it has the English underneath it, which is helpful if you don't speak the language. But if you do, you can kind of, it's kind of like on the phone messages. Press 1 to do this, press 2 to do that. And if there's like 20 things, you would have to listen to all of them. But if you knew that 19 is the one that you needed, you could just skip ahead. Like, that's the benefit of knowing a little bit of Japanese. And if you know a lot of Japanese, you could just like skip the whole prompt and be like, "I want to talk to John Tanaka." And so yeah, so then they gave me the bag, and I checked all my shit, and long story short, I got my bag. And but it's Japan. Like, a lot of people are like, "It's Japan. It's Japan." So yeah, in Japan, even if you lose your virginity, you'd probably get it back because it's Japan. So I'm like, I don't want that person to have my virginity. But anyway, thank you for watching. And just a segue, not a segue, a precursor, not a precursor. I don't know. The next video, someone's like, "You want me to make a 15-minute video about this, that, and the third regarding my work life?" I'll do that today. I'll do it when I get to work. It takes about 15 minutes to walk. So I'll be the next video. Alright. Oh, you see this cloud? Can you see it? You can't see shit. Oh wait, there it is. Right there. It kind of looks like a turtle or a dragon, but you can't really see it. Actually, I'm gonna flip it around so you can see it. But anyway, be safe. Peace.
Don't I look like a turtle? I'm a turtle. Look at me, turtle.